seek yoga. You know him? Take it to him, Alien.
You know how pissed off I am with the force right now. The signal problems I'm having around here are unbelievable. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fuck the force. Fuck the force. All my enthusiasm for this video is gone now. It makes me sick. It's just destruction. It's that same feeling. As with fucking the sequel trilogy. Like it's that feeling of sickness. And I get it. We have to learn to deal with that. You see, I understand the difference between random and not random, between correlation and causal and coincidence. But this is not coincidence. This is not causal. It's correlative. Obviously, I'm not able for this shit. Which brings me, I suppose, to the original topic of this video, which is maybe the people who are able for this shit. Man, it's failure. It's so much failure. It's just, like it's this hole. This. I hate it. It's a trigger. It's what it is. It's a trigger. For the events, the real events that cause this kind of emotion, this flare in you. Like what happened in the setup for this video is negligible, no substance. But the reaction, the reaction in my body to it is what's important. I've had this before. Now, this, I'm trying really hard not to take here. Like the pressure is building up on my back. Like a lensing effect. Go back to the harp. Ionospheric heating. Phased array systems. This little tiny event is the same thing that same feeling, same response
Jedi.
call or response ping or response request, trigger, stimulus, as with The Last Jedi, as with other times, important times in my life. Like, today's the 14th of February. This day 7 years ago was the last time I talked to the namesake of the princess. 14. 7 or 8 days. 7 days later, I got the message that she was dead. And had been for 5 days. The 17th. That put that feeling, that put that feeling in my system. But that was legit. Somebody died. That was legitimate. The same feeling, call it loss, call it, I don't know, confusion, whatever you want to call it. Same feeling came up with The Last Jedi. Same feeling came up with Lucasfilm's responses to our response to The Last Jedi. And the same feeling again now. Trying to get this. See? Trying to get this stream started appropriately. Somebody said last night, I think it was the boxer, boxing Jedi, Jay Gatto or whatever, that's just what I hear him say. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. I think it was in the Toxic Masculinity stream on Mary Vidalis' channel. He mentioned, he said the word conditioning. It's conditioning. I recognize the feeling during and after The Last Jedi and in the year that's followed. I recognize that feeling as being the same as what happened in the real world, real events, significant events. It's trauma, it's confusion, it's trauma, it's loss, it's high impact, overstimulus. Until this stream right now, I never really put those two together. When there's an emotional wash, a surge of electrical pressure that gets your hormones, it precipitates into a hormone dump. That's an emotional surge. Being able to keep your cognitive processing tight and sustain it through this tsunami it brings with it a lot of capacity. I think it may be highly advantageous to have that skill. This stream was supposed to be about the people in the fandom, specifically as a starting point. That Star Wars girl, Anna Ahsoka. She made a video yesterday about what Disney did to Leia, and I made a couple of posts. I made a couple of videos recording her transmission on this platform and on Twitter. Up until now, I wasn't sure because there's a lot of disinfo in the system. And I know myself. I mean, you can recognize most of the time the difference between a fake laugh and a real laugh. I wasn't sure, especially the way I'd see a lot of the... We'll take the Ryan Johnson thing at the moment. They're all the fucking Phantom Menace are circulating the same story. Understandable. When you start wondering what is organic and what is strategic and what is tactical. So, in the interest of being true to the stream, to my approach, I have to question everything, including that Star Wars girl. As to the, I basically have to establish whether or not there is a high enough probability as to whether she's being genuine, same as everybody, at certain points. But that video yesterday sealed the deal for me, to be honest with you. And if it wasn't genuine, well then you got me. Like, you fucking fooled me. Not that it's any great accomplishment to fool me, but just the emotion, it's beyond, I don't even have the words to fucking describe. It's the same as Jedi Bunny. I mean, there's multiple other players in the field. Obviously, there's Jay Gatto, there's Abu Naz, there's Stephanie Janisek, there's all the rest of them. I mean, obviously, Jeremy, Cecil, EVS is another one, because the way he'd be going on about, back in the day anyway, going on about B. Allen Orange, I wasn't quite sure, because you don't know people. How can you know people? All you see is a couple broadcasts online. You don't know whether to trust, not trust them or not, but whether to trust their position vis-a-vis your position. Because this is a long game. This isn't going away. And that's what these bugs on the other side don't fucking seem to realize. And maybe they're starting to get the message now. This isn't going away. Especially when you keep doing this shit. You're keeping us in the game. This is a long-term project. Misty Kingdom is a long-term project. Not only into the future, into the past. That temple that they use for First Jedi Temple, that's at least, if you can fucking trust these boys who do if you can trust archaeologists, which, to be honest with you, you fucking can't. I mean, no disrespect to the logic and to some of the boys, but anyway, according to their models, that temple is 6th century. Earliest recorded references, 6th century. Myself, I have no reason to believe it's not older, and my gut is telling me it's far older. My gut is telling me that this will probably come out backwards now. Actually, I'll just turn it around. It's interesting. I'll just show it this way first. I'll turn it around then. This is the 21st century. This is when they left, apparently. When they evacuated the temple, 12th century. The Christians. Christians? Yeah. The Christians left. That's when the Brits came. That's when the Brits took over this country. 6th century. Earliest recorded references. My gut tells me where the graph, the timeline goes off into the z-axis at that point. That's a whole nother fucking story. But also that is the story. That's the story right there. That's what the temple means. So this is as serious as you want it to be. You can and you can engage at different levels. Like I said in one of my last videos, don't take it so seriously all the time. You see a tweet that says it's only a fucking children's movie. It's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Then use that just to come down a bit. I'm not doing the... I'm smelling myself. Fucking... yeah, I need a shower. But it's as deep as you want it to be, because it's the way I look at it, and I mean, this also fucking refers to the whole toxic masculinity thing, and that you're making up words. I like to make up words too. I call this continuing resolution, and I know that that's not a phrase that I've made up, but I'm repurposing that for my own requirements, according to my own requirements. Star Wars, like any mythos, is it's a story. It has story resolution to a critical point, past a critical point, which means there's enough juice in that for you to apply it and use it for anything you want. It's that high resolution. It even has game resolution, thanks to Disney. Thanks to Roundhead and the boys. And what they're playing at the moment and how they're playing it. They're bringing in game resolution to this. Again, reference Argo. That whole campaign, supposed campaign. The movie as being a dummy logic, or a cover story, or a shell script for operations. Now, it doesn't take too much of an imagination to understand what kind of operations could be behind this conditioning. Again, back to Jay Gatto, and apologies, Mr. Jay Gatto, if I'm mispronouncing your name. I'll have to get you to Spell that one out for me. It is a conditioning operation. You may call it social engineering, a campaign within an overall social engineering agenda. It's kind of an overused word at this point, but you know what I'm saying. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as it's constructive, we'll say, to you. I mean, why not? Why not why not behave in a constructive manner if you can? You know, you'll get stuff. But I don't know, I've gone off way off and fucking onto the Z-axis now on this one. But what this was supposed to be about was me registering, logging from my perspective, whatever that means, and it doesn't mean that. This means nothing on this end. But for what it's worth, I'm putting together a kind of a map. I'm starting to map the people, the characters, the personalities in this fandom. And I can never be 100% sure, obviously, but as I hit critical mass, hit escape velocity, hit saturation, density on a person, I'm just going to fucking log it. And it's for the Misty Kingdom, which is basically it's what's going to be left standing when the Magic Kingdom comes down, and it's coming down. This is a recognition of the fact. I mean, we can't take Disney down. We don't want to take Disney down. But if it's coming down because of its own behavior, it would be negligent and a missed opportunity to have something in place to take the franchise, to take the mythos, to take the lore, the logic, the heart, the soul, the spirit, the game, the intelligence, the fucking intelligence that is Star Wars at this point. There's an opportunity, not just here, multiple places. But it just so happens that this is where First Jedi Temple is. Now, almost as a parting gift, whether it was intentional or not, they clipped Wes Kerry. They clipped Skellig Michael on their descent, on their crash landing, on Disney's fucking crash landing, like a meteor, a meteorite coming into the atmosphere. They just clipped over the top of fucking. It's like when they shot. Was it the Death Star or Starkiller Base that? I think it was in Rogue One, so it was the Death Star. The beam came down. It was aiming for like this. And it came down, clipped the top of this, and hit this. This is First Jedi Temple. This is Skellig Michael. Skellig Vaheel. This is First Jedi Temple. Clipped the top of the fucking temple and flash printed the fucking like a circuit diagram for a receiver for Star Wars. And nobody knows this. Nobody cares. This is ridiculous. Which is perfect. It's the perfect cover. Because it's fucking legit. If it's not legit, this will never be an issue. If it is legit, at least it's being marked right now. So again, whether it was intentional or not, this place was printed with an appropriate circuit to be able to take it off the Magic Kingdom. So what the Mystic Kingdom is about, it's me building out the characters, establishing who are the characters. Who's the princess of this Magic Kingdom? Have her. Who's the princess guard? Have her. Who are the temple guards? I've got one. Jay Gatto. You're next. That amber saber, man, I'll tell you, that means more. That means more than you might know. Anyway. By the way, another way of putting today, it was last day of contact with the Queen of the Mystic Kingdom, namesake of the princess. "7 years ago today.